edition of The Naked Truth. I'm Ramon Roan.
John Singletary.
And today's title is Summey Shows His True Colors. Recently, Mayor Summey revealed that he has endorsed Donald Trump for president. Now, this has come in the aftermath of a contested election ran by my good friend and brother, John Singletary. And after that election, John, Mayor Summey said there will be retribution.
That's what he said. He said there will be retribution.
Do you think, John, that a part of this retribution is, I'm going to endorse Donald Trump? Because you know there's a connection between Donald Trump and Mayor Summey before the election.
Absolutely right. The Navy hospital where his son, Donald Trump Jr., who owns Shakar Garden Holdings, got to walk away with the Navy-based hospital. He brought $8,500 down to the table, according to the documentation that North Charleston gave.
Right.
Supposedly they sold it for $5 million, but he didn't bring $5 million to the table. They transferred the deed into his name without him paying any more money, and then allowed him to go out to get a $10 million loan to pocket $5 and then put $5 supposedly in the city's coffers.
Right.
But that's not the only thing. There's a piece of property that Donald Trump himself foreclosed on with the dealing with his son and someone else who had done some dealings with the North Charleston off of Azalea Drive. So it's not just the son, it's the son and the father. Absolutely right.
Right.
And our illustrious mayor, who says that
you must use the word illustrious loosely.
Who said that there would be retribution, and he's signing these deals, or at least the deal with the Navy-based hospital. And his signature that's on it, he tells the public that, well, we're going to sell it at fair market value, but yet there is absolutely no fair market value appraisal done. In fact, there's not any appraisal that's done for the city. So how do you determine fair market value if you do not do an appraisal?
Right.
And that's not all. There's a whole lot to that contract. Everything from a community center to the documents that they gave us. The amendment started at amendment number 5. What happened to 1 through 4? Emails that I was supposed to get from the city concerning the mayor and the Navy-based hospital dealing, even after it was sold by the city.
Wow. You can read the article on the Post and Courier website or by the Post and Courier. The article is entitled "North Charleston Mayor Kieth Summey Sticking by Trump as Criticism Mount." In this article, it reads, Summey, whose city's population is majority black, said Tuesday he sticks with Trump as a candidate best suited to fix the nation's problem, and that he does not consider the New York billionaire to be a racist. John, I just find this kind of funny, that having you and I being involved in a discrimination lawsuit for the last going on 15 years, when a white man, no offense to all white people, when a white man is telling me that another white man is not racist. When I look at the city contracts, I look at the jobs, I look how this behavior of this mayor, that he is in no position to tell a black man, myself or you, that who's racist, who's not racist. Because I am thinking that Mayor Summey's a racist.
80 people between the executive staff and the department heads, and you got 4 black. Those jobs are from $75,000 on up.
You got a few people that are making $50,000, black people at least.
Yeah, so we've only got 2 making over $100,000, but
Only
there's
2.
a lot of people making. And so that tells a story. You have to watch what they do, not what they say. The part that stuck out when I read the article was where it says, Summey said he is not worried about how blacks in North Charleston, who make up 50% of the 47 according to the article, percent of the population, will view his continued support for Donald Trump.
Well, John, I look at it differently now. I know.
No, I'm just saying that's what
John, I'm
he
saying.
says, I'm not worried about what
John, that's not what he meant.
people think.
That's not what he meant.
What did he mean?
He don't give a damn. He don't give a damn what you Negroes or how these certain individuals would say it. The niggers.
Well, he said it clearly in the article, just like he said, well.
That's in the article.
He didn't say that I wouldn't say what Trump said. Mm-hmm. He didn't say that I don't agree with him. He said I would say it in a different way. So all you're doing is saying it in a different way.
Right.
But what he says in here is that I'm not worried about what you blacks in North Charleston think about me endorsing Donald Trump. Now, everyone does have the right to endorse whomever they choose.
Right, sure enough.
But when 47% of your constituents are African American, then you would assume that your views line up with theirs. If that's the way you voted. And in this last election, they voted him in. But now, mindful, 8,000 people didn't get to vote. So
no, wait. Not just didn't. Couldn't vote.
Oh, no. There were a total of almost 40,000 people that didn't vote.
That didn't vote, right. But there was 8,000
that could not vote. Right. You got the names and the numbers.
And they knew they couldn't vote for a long time because they weren't annexed in, which we have video. Please watch that video called Municipal Underbounding. What I find significant is on Donald Trump denying doing anything about David Duke. I don't understand it.
Maybe he thought he said George Duke.
Hey, everybody knows George Duke, but David Duke ran for president.
Well, the worst thing about that is you are even more dangerous if you don't know him.
Yeah, exactly.
Than if you know him.
Yeah. So,
a snake on the ground, it's a cobra. Now, if I know it is dangerous, poisonous, then I can at least stay away from it.
Right.
But if I don't know that, if I think it's a non-poisonous snake and I go to pick it up, I may die.
Right.
And so it's worse to not know than to know.
And it's for you not to know that KKK is a racist organization. I believe that it says here in the interview with Tapper, during an interview with CNN's Jake Tapper on Sunday, Trump declined to disavow support from David Duke, the KKK former Grand Wizard, saying he didn't know anything about the group. The group is the KKK. He didn't know anything about it. Trump later complained he didn't hear the questions on the interview because of a bad earpiece.
Well, maybe he didn't because, we know about the KKK because there's a detriment to us. Mm-hmm. If there's no detriment to him, then maybe he doesn't know about it because he never even thought about it. I don't know. You got to ask Donald.
Well,
he'll tell you the truth.
Look here. In 2000, he was asked that question in CNN, and he knew about David Duke. Because in that interview, I saw it today about him about him talking about David Duke and KKK.
Well, I'm not surprised. The big issue here is that even though following our leaders, we have a mayor who was elected whose views for the presidency does not align with the majority of the community, what are we going to do about it? You see, there's still opportunity even for the previous race.
Right.
Even for the previous race, there's still opportunity to have that invalidated in a special election day.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely.
Now, can our community leaders come together? Will they come together? Is it important enough for them that they will come together in order to deal with it for the community? Because you see, the same way when he said there'd be retribution, and he had to backtrack, he should not be allowed to backtrack off of this decision simply because it doesn't appear genuine if you make the same mistake over and over and over. Mm-hmm. It's not him. Mm-hmm. When do we wake up? When do we wake up?
That's the question for you. When will you wake up?
And of course, if our community leaders are interested in understanding how we can still make a difference this time, this year, by the end of this year, if they want, there's opportunity to remove him from that seat.
From that seat, sure enough.
The issue is whether or not they are willing to get together to do it, or do they simply want something to complain about? And if they just want something to complain about, then hey, there you have it. But if you're serious about it, then contact the Concerned Citizens Alliance in North Charleston. My number is 843-693-2823.
My number is 843-276-1300.
And Larry's number is 843-834-5734. And we will certainly be willing to sit down and share some information with you that not only will enlighten you, but it will also give you an opportunity, not based on him, what he does, but based on whether whether you're willing to work for it, an opportunity for you to remove him from the seat and have someone else put there who is a better choice and better fit for the community at large.
And looking after your best interest. Well, please subscribe to this channel. Please like it. Please comment on this channel as well as our Facebook page. We do appreciate your subscription, and we appreciate your